Hi there, we are going to take a look at this beast today. It is the Emerald Virtuo. I was contacted by Emerald to do a little collab video where I would review this admittedly striking looking guitar. So let's get into it. Emerald Guitars are a guitar manufacturer here in Ireland, in Donegal, which is just literally a 20-minute drive from me. So I was super excited whenever they contacted me to do a little bit of a review on this. They specialise in carbon fibre guitars. Most of their stock are kind of acoustics, but as you can see, there is a lot more going on with the Virtuo. Not only does this guitar look so different than other guitars on the market, it also offers so much more in terms of functionality. All that functionality we will go through in this video. Carbon fibre offers the ability to go a little bit further in design due to the material having such different possibilities as compared to traditional wood. There are quite a few benefits with carbon fibre guitars which you might not be aware of. First off is the weight. These guitars can be made quite light compared to the wooden counterparts. This means they can be a lot more comfortable to play, especially if you're someone out there who are playing long gigs or in the middle of really long recording sessions. As well, because of the carbon fibre design, they offer all these different kind of finishes on them which look really cool, and also offer some veneer. Carbon fibre is extremely weather resistant, so whether you live in a place that has drastic fluctuations in temperature or humidity, that can have a really negative effect on most of your guitars. The neck will constantly need readjusted, frets can even raise or pop out, and we can have even our necks warp or the belly bow. If you ever had that, it's a nightmare. With carbon fibre guitars you can rest easy because they are super hardy. I'm talking about their hardiness. These are like tanks. I watched a video of a tour of the Emerald factory and someone was actually jumping right here on the joint where the neck meets the body, and it didn't phase it at all. This thing could take it. So if you're traveling a lot, if you're touring a lot, if you're going to have this in a case and bringing it out of vans or trucks or your car even, it's going to withstand all that. As well, because of carbon fibre being so hardy, it means you can get away with extra design that you might not get away with on a normal acoustic due to complicated bracing, particularly this sound hole which is so unique looking, and also this drastic cutaway which allows you all the access to those high frets. Speaking of frets, these frets on this guitar as well are stainless steel, so that means that you'll probably not need a refret unless you've got hands like a clamp. A little thing I also noticed is these frets are a little bit wee, but they've got a really nice triangular finish on them. They've been really shaped like someone give a hoot about it. Also, we need to mention that Emerald guitars are put through a plec machine, which means all your frets will be level. You'll have no high frets and no kind of buzzing because the computer does all the work. On the tuners up here, we have some Go.to 510 tuners, which are superb. We've got a Graphtec nut as well. This neck can come with some really cool inlays as well. I know there's like really pretty Celtic designs. That's kind of the overall look of this, so let's look more at its functionality. It's kind of an acoustic, kind of an electric, and kind of something else. That's what's really going on with this, and there's probably a little bit more than you would guess just by looks alone. First off, let's talk about this sound hole. It is a semi-acoustic or an electro-acoustic, however you're going to define that, and this sound hole is conveniently placed at the top, so the sound is going to be reflected up to you while you're playing. It's really nice at home because I can hear the guitar directly. And also, if you're on stage and playing those quieter acoustic gigs, it also offers an extra bit of monitoring. You can monitor the kind of real life guitar. It also has individual piezo pickups, and that's where the electroacoustic comes into this, but they're individual underneath each string. What this means as well is you get a saddle that's fully adjustable. You've got all these 6 saddles here. Underneath each one of those 6 saddles is a ghost piezo pickup. That gives you a really clear piezo output of each individual string as well. So what's setting us apart from every other guitar that you might notice as well is these fishman fluence pickups. Fishman fluence pickups are probably the most sought after on the market today, and if you flick this switch you can move from the piezo and your acoustic becomes an electric because you switch to these pickups. These pickups sound amazing, and there's also 2 push-pull knobs as well. One will switch your pickups from a hot to a vintage profile. The other one as well will offer coil splitting. You've already got loads of those tone options there, and also you've got your normal 3-way pickup selector. Now, This switch, which switches from your piezo to your electric, you can also put it in the middle and have a blend between those two. The pickups and the piezo also has its own individual volume knobs, so you can create your own unique blend through that. I've never experimented with that type of sound before, and I absolutely love it. I think it's great. Also, what you can do is you can plug a jack cable into your guitar and you can split that signal, where you can send your electric signal to an amplifier and your piezo to front of the house, or whatever kind of amp and pedal combination you might want to come up with. So it's super versatile like that. Let's get to the proper surprise. The individual Graphtec Ghost piezos underneath each one of these means this guitar can also be a MIDI instrument. It uses a 13-pin MIDI cable, so keep that in mind. You'll need a synth probably by Boss or Roland, who are using those 13-pin connections, or you can do a wee bit of jiggery pokery and you can get it into your interface as well. I would classify myself as a songwriter first. I can get by on keyboard, but I am far more confident coming up with melody ideas on guitar. Normally I would come up with an idea on guitar and then I have to go and teach myself it on keyboard, play it really badly in using the MIDI keyboard. Now I can just pick up the same guitar that I was recording my electric parts with or my acoustic parts with and just plug in a synth and I'm ready to lay down my MIDI parts as well. The MIDI on this is super accurate. There's been no mistakes apart from my playing. So the technology is pretty unbelievable for someone like me who hasn't really experienced MIDI guitars before, but I am flabbergasted by how useful this is. So you can see there are an unbelievable amount of tonal options. You can have your piezo, you can have your electric, you can have the piezo and the electric, and then you've also got all these coil splitting and changing the tone profile of the pickups, etc. I don't want to count how many different tonal options there are, but it's a lot and it's very, very, very useful. So let's hear those sound samples now in a few little snippets, and then we'll get back to my overall thoughts, but I think we're a wee bit clear. So you can see that is just a small sample of what is available from this guitar. This guitar basically covers every single bass that you might just need. Overall, I think you can agree, this guitar is a real individual. It plays well, which is like the most important part. It feels great and I think it looks cool. I think all the colours they have in the range are really classic and really eye-catching. I see this guitar being really applicable for someone in a band who has lots of different types of songs in their set that will require multiple guitars. This will cut down quite a lot of those changes, and also it being super hardy and that carbon fibre means that it's going to last a long time and it will be able to take some of the abuse that we get on the road. I also would recommend this for home studio or for songwriters as well. It's just amazing not having to get out 3 or 4 different instruments. You can just plug this one in with all its connections and you're pretty much ready to lay down most of your parts. This guitar is expensive, but the carbon fibre structure, the frets being stainless steel, means that this guitar is going to last and it's not going to change over hundreds of shows that you're playing. So if you've got the budget for it and you're looking for something a little bit different and a little bit eye-catching, I totally recommend this.